community chats. I uploaded this one not too long ago. I got a homegirl. She's actually been on the show before, which is why I thought that this was relevant. Let's talk about this blue pill ish, okay? Recent conversation. Being a blue pill, overly cautious dude doesn't work. Proof is in the pudding. So she said this to me, and we hadn't talked in like a little while. So I'm just saying, we were just saying like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to, schedule some time for her. She's like, yeah, like some things had changed. I'm trying to date someone right now. So this is what the text was. This is the blue pill, what I think is a blue pilled mangina. It's okay though. He can learn a little bit from us. I should have told her to send the young man my videos. Like he's being too respectful. Like I don't want to be asked if I'm okay cuddling and shit. I like when a man just takes blue pill.
I can see you saying just responding like blue pill.
Yeah, I was at work like
blue pill.
She goes, LOL. I feel like it was enough time for him to feel comfortable doing that. I was fine with him taking a step back initially, but now I'm like, okay, you don't need to be this cautious.
Can never win.
Salud. Yeah, listen, I want to get into the comments real quick. Let's go straight to the top of the comments. Let's hit it like this. Listen, I'm gonna make sure that they see what's going on. I think you guys can read that. Bob Dylan. I don't know why his is at the top, but it is because he doesn't have that many likes. Okay, my top comments. It is what it is. This ain't it, bro. Maybe the girl is not making him comfortable enough to take the lead.
Okay.
The last thing you want is a misunderstanding of some allegations. Now, meanwhile, I posted this up here too during the same week during the Harvey Weinstein stuff because I felt like it was an interesting conversation. Bob says, got to be careful. This is more of a miscommunication between them both. They should talk about it so they're on the same page. Salute to Bob.
What about that one?
Salute to Bob. Chuck's Fitness says it's funny because this is what the METOO culture has created. People can't tell what's acceptable protocol anymore. He's resulted to being uber cautious and making sure he has consent every step of the way. The feminist said consent is sexy, but now it's being practiced. There's a problem. Typical.
He just has to cuddle though. Let's relax.
Listen, Nana says maybe he's not trying to give me too. Listen, so anyway, the theme that y'all came across in the top is like, that he's being cautious because of Me Too and that she's not communicating correctly. So I wanted to talk about this, guys. I want to get you guys' opinion based off of kind of what the text that you see in and also kind of what we're seeing on here. How do you guys feel about how the conversation is? And also talk through your own experiences. Like, have you ever been too nice to a girl and you felt like she disrespected you at the end of the day, or like you lost out on that situation because you were too nice?
So I never lost out on that situation because I was too nice, but I did have a woman tell me that she was wondering why I didn't, I guess, go for it. And I'm like, no, the last thing I need is some shit to come out or some allegations of he was being forceful. I mean, I'm not a small dude, so it's just like he was being forceful. I'm like, I very much took the back seat in that situation because I know, like I said, I know my size, I know I'm big, and like me being, especially being a black man, me going for it can definitely be seen as aggressive, or definitely be seen as forward. Or all she has to say is, "Oh no, this isn't that." And now all of a sudden there might be some allegations of he was trying to force himself on me, and I told him no. And I was like, this is why I play the backseat when it comes to this. Like, yeah, I can throw some hints out there. Like, oh yeah, this is kind of what I'm looking for, or just like, in a flirtatious, spitting game kind of way. But I will very much defer until one, we either have a conversation, or two, she's much more forward, and I kind of take, I don't have to take the lead in that situation. It's not that I can't, but it's to this exact point where it's just like, oh, every woman's different and all their experiences are different. If I come across aggressive or assertive, I might say assertive, she might say aggressive. If she says aggressive, I'm in a losing place already. You know what I mean? So it's just like my back. I was like, nope, well, fuck, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. You know, I'm leaving. So I mean, I think it's too respectful. I think is a kind of a clownish term to use when it comes to that. Is I think to what some people were saying, where it's just like it's all that turns into if he's like, yo, so are you cool with cuddling? And all she got to be like, yeah, you don't have to ask. Now if he keeps asking after that, that's a different story. You've already communicated, like, look, bro, this is what it is. You don't have to keep asking. I think that is to her to the point where it's just like, I want him to, you know, kind of pretty much what she says is I want him to take control. You do until you don't. You know what I mean? You want to take control until you're uncomfortable. I mean, like you said, in this day and age, tiptoeing is how we as men protect ourselves in these kind of situations where it's just like, all right, this worked. All right, now to, you know, second base. Second base worked. Now we're on the third base. You know, I'm not looking to hit home runs anymore. I need to round the bases first.
How about you? Has anything ever happened to you like that?
I mean, I feel like there's two different situations. I mean, one is when you're with a girl and there's alcohol involved. I feel that's a whole different situation. And your second is if you're just with her and then you're just being a blue pill. Yeah. I mean, you get like it also depends on the girl too. Like, I guess to your point, like she has to communicate. Like if you're not getting those signs and she wants you to like chase, like for example, I'm not the guy that's gonna chase. That's just not me. Like I'm not chasing girls.
Run it by yourself.
Yeah, I'm not chasing it. So like if she is clear, like, oh, this is how I want this to be, then okay, we're good. But I'm saying to your point, like when, you know, both parties are already drinking, fucked up, like that's just a whole different, I think that's a whole different scenario than the blue pill. Yeah. But I feel like that decisions are made differently when both parties are fucked up. So I think that's where you have to be your most cautious though. Because you never know what can come back. So that's just my perspective on the whole.
Like, listen, I've actually had it in my life too, where I wake up in the morning and she doesn't remember why she slept over there. And I'm like, wait a minute, you were coherent as hell last night having a conversation with me. Yeah. You were coherent as hell.
I don't know how scary that conversation is.
Scary.
It's terrifying.
It is terrifying. You can't do that to me.
Terrifying.
Okay? What you mean? But thankfully in that particular situation, my boy was there around the entire night. So I had someone else with like an alibi. It's not like she tried to do anything weird with it, but it was just like when she said that, I was like, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's just like, you know, you don't understand like how damaging that any of those things can potentially be. You know what I'm saying?
Because the excuse for the man of I just don't remember I was that fucked up will not work.
Will not work.
Will not work.
And you guilty. A man is guilty by association.
For sure, especially in that situation.
He's shunned when the association occurs.
Cuddling is like it's infancy stage, right?
And that's what I'm saying.
And cuddling is one of those things too, where like it's one of those things where it's like, I hate to say it like this because it might sound kind of rapey, but it's just like do and ask permission later type of situation. I don't want to say because like I said, it sounds kind of weird, but it's just like, all right, go for a quick cuddle. If she doesn't want to, she'll let you know up front. I mean, versus like most women won't be like, so do you want to cuddle? Or like, I want.
That's so infant though. It's cuddling. I mean, I don't really like cuddling though.
You know, on a date, like you want to do your obligation to close physical distance as fast as what you can, because then you get an understanding of like, when I say close physical distance, like, you know, if you opening, you know, the door, you know, guide her through, hand on back. If she's sitting down in a chair, open a chair, hand on elbow. You know, it's like, what are the things that you can do? Because like you get data from that. And when you get data back, like if they look up and smile at you, you're like, oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, you know.
But if they don't, you know, there's another conclusion that you can draw from that.
I mean, cuddling is weird too, right? Because it's just, I feel like most of the time it's initiated by the woman. You know, so it's you know, now looking at the message, I feel like it might have been a little bit of a blue pill situation, just because like the topic is cuddling.
Listen, and salute to David Ash. He says Mediocre is a quintessential blue/purple pill man. So a reason why I brought this chat up is because I wanted to get into another conversation. There's a lot of dudes that's over the internet that have this idea of how life is supposed to live, how life is supposed to be lived, and how you're supposed to treat women, and how conversations are supposed to be had. And I see a lot of them on my channel that will comment something to an extent of whatever it is that they think that the extent of that conversation is, in a way to show me how they view themselves. And I wanted to get into that real quick. Let me come back over into the chat. So I posted this earlier this week, and I wanted to have a conversation about it. Let me make this just a little bit bigger so you guys can see it. All right, so listen, the type of content I do sparks interesting debate from both men and women. Okay. I understand that due to the anonymity of the internet, I can expect you to get a range of negative comments. And because of my understanding, I've become numb to it. However, my guests have not. Shout out to Kelly. I'm going to do a video to address the negativity in the red pill space, driven by men that exude feminine. Let me see. Let me make this a little bit bigger.
I'm going to do a little quick read more.
Feminine emotional energy. Red pill should be positive, understanding female/human nature, accepting it while avoiding the pitfalls of it. Instead, is beginning to turn into a cesspool for incels to voice their opinion. It needs to be addressed.
Cesspool for incels.
Yeah, no, it's become a complete and utter cesspool. I mean, we got to talk about it because the thing is like, look at David Ash's so the thing is, there's dudes that come onto this channel and know the topics that we talk about, and they say things like this, like, you know, quintessential blue/purple/red. And the thing is I'll be honest with you guys, I don't identify with none of it. I don't like being tagged by any of it. I don't like it. It's not my thing. I feel like I make my own thing. And there's a lot of people just like that young man that identifies with something. I mean, it is what it is. You could think and or be whoever it is that whoever defined it before you wants to be or wants not to be. You know, in my opinion, that's some following shit, right? I've never said before on this channel, if this is a red pill channel. Yeah, this is Red Cup Talk, right? I've never said this is a purple pill channel. I never said that this is a blue pill channel. I've never said any of that. What I do is that I talk about from the perspective of someone who thinks like they're red pill. I talk from the perspective of someone who thinks like it's MGTOW, and we have a conversation about it, you know? And it just is what it is. That's just what happens. But the reason why I wanted to bring that up is to talk about essentially what Logic just put right here. Labels limit you. You see what I'm saying? No, don't block anybody. Don't block anybody. No. I see you, Jonathan.
That's a real community.
I see you, Jonathan.
That's a real subscriber right there.
Yeah, I see you.
That's a real subscriber right
Salud.
there. I fucks with it.
Salud.
Well,
Salud.
Oh, we gotta put the music back on.
Salud. No, I gotta talk to Jonathan real quick.
That's good.
But see, the thing is that and let me just talk real quick. There's a lot of dating coaches out there that got y'all confused. Let me be real and clear for a quick second. There's a lot of dating coaches out there that have y'all confused. They put you in these labels. They put you in these buckets. And you think if you don't act exactly like what's in these labels and these buckets, then you're doing something wrong. I think that it's gross that we have so many people out here that put themselves in a label and feel like they have to follow a very finite way of living in order to attain something. These are young men with scarcity mindsets. They haven't found anything else out in their life in order to attain level of happiness. So they feel like following a particular rule book is how they're going to win. You know, it saddens me that we have so many people, young men out there that are complete and utter followers, complete and utter. You know what I'm saying? They're not willing to put up ideas to pressure test in a way that can help us all move forward. That's part of the goal of this channel. Salute to everybody that's coming down into the chat. Mr. Michael Bennett, salute to you. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Dave Ash. If MTR was true blue, he wouldn't be able to enjoy the juicy combo he indulges with women.
Exactly.
It is now blue pill to have women expose their truths in a public forum at no cost. It is a mastery. Salute to Michael Bennett. He gets it. There's a lot of these dudes out here that just don't get it because they don't have women around them.
Ooh, 4 words.
There's a lot of them
Hate
that
to
don't.
see it.
That don't have any of them around them. And there's a lot of y'all dating coaches that y'all follow don't have them around it. Not the best ones. There's a couple out there that's like, okay, there's receipts, but there's a lot of them that have no receipts whatsoever.
It's like a cult.
Yeah, it's a weird cult.
Questionable minds.
It's a lot of dudes out there, like Ash, that just like, you know, I mean, it is what it is. You know, but salute to him. I hope he finds his way. Salute to Sean Bills. Incels are ridiculous. Doing a music project on this. You absolutely should, my G. Get that word out. Sean, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. El Americano Mas Colombiano. And you going to Colombia soon too, bro, right? Hey. Listen, we're going to do a whole conversation about that as well. We're only an hour in, gents. We got some time. We're only going to be up here for 55 more minutes, by the way. Okay? We're not doing another 4 hour. Okay? We got shit to do tonight. Some just want the world to go their way, to get mad that it doesn't, and become butthurt because they are afraid to change themselves. Salute. That's a lot of the problem. You know what I'm saying? People just want shit put on a platter and nothing else. They're not willing to work as hard as like me or anyone else that's on this panel right here. I worked hard for my shit.
It's cold standing alone.
It's cold standing. Is a lot of these motherfuckers that just want the rule books. They don't want to put in the work. They just want the finish line.
Want to be lit.
They don't want the race. There's a lot of them out there. Exactly. The thing is that what is a will, there's a way. If you want to open yourself up to teaching, right? Like if you want to learn something beyond what you know in your current jurisdiction, in your geography that you currently live in, there's a way to do that. But don't be fooled out there by all of the information that's out there that put things in a way, in a method, in order to convince you to do something unbeknownst to what is actually going to make you happy. Brazil, salute. MTR, forget what you talking about, buddy. We just want to bust nuts. Oh, yeah, baby. Deep breath. Don't touch it, please. Salute to Brazil, always coming through with the smooth troll. Listen, J-Do says, that's pro shit, man. That's blind leading the blind. Salute, J-Do. Yeah, there's a lot of BS that's going out there. Massage it is, I mean, come on, 99% of y'all are lying. I truly think y'all holding these girls after sex. Pillow talk. Tell us it's okay. Massage, show us some respect. Show us some respect.